Young children experience feelings and emotions that they may not be able to self regulate. They often lack impulse control and react without thinking of the consequences for their behavior. As teachers, collecting and analyzing behavioral data is important in maintaining a positive classroom environment. If we can get to the root cause of a particular behavior, then we can help students to express their wants in a healthy way. One way we can track behavior is anecdotal notes. And yes, that's exactly like it sounds. You're just writing down behaviors that you see, any kind of concerns, document. It's very important. Now, there's a lot of benefits to this because it's a rich qualitative data that offers insight into the student's interaction and can lead to the triggers. So you have all this documentation. Of course, on the other hand, it is very time consuming and we don't always have time for that. So, frequency counts. So, sometimes you just, take a little snapshot and you're just tallying up how many times you have to redirect a child or how many times you catch them off task or, repeating the behavior that you're wanting to understand the cause of. So sometimes it's easier just to do a little snapshot a certain period of time and that can kind of give you some answers. Of course, the more detailed notes are better than the little tally marks, but hey, we don't always have time for those long detailed things. Digital tools can be good also, like taking videos or digital tech checklists. I'm really fortunate because I have a paraprofessional with me. And oftentimes when I'm teaching, I don't see every child and what every child's doing. So she takes little videos and it's really helpful. Anything you have, any kind of data like this is really good for meeting with parents or other teachers. So you can all just get together and collaborate and really get a good idea of what you can do better to help the child. Um, it's important to get the families involved because no one knows their child better than the parents or caregivers. So getting those family insights provides a holistic view of the child's behavior across settings. You see the child in the classroom, they have an idea, they can give you some insights of how the behaviors that they're seeing at home. They can also tell you kind of what works at home for them and what motivates the child or what triggers the child. So definitely communication with family is important. I like to use email a lot because it's just a documentation right there in itself. So I don't have to go back and document everything. I have all the emails. They can send me back and forth. It's a two-way street and like I said, provides that documentation that every teacher needs. Virtual meetings are another good idea. Zoom made that so easy. So if the parent can't come in for a conference, a Zoom meeting can help you engage with parents, and kids in the home environment. Another way is maybe shared journals, passing things back and forth. I know I use calendars daily for daily behavior. So if I put a little note, either the kid gets a smiley face, if there's a behavior, I'll write a little note. And I keep those all year long in a little folder. Parents can write back on there. It's another documentation. Uh, just as long as it's two-way and, two-way dialogue. So teachers and families should work together to define clear, achievable behavioral objectives for the child. Strategies and expectations should be consistent at home and at school. We want to reinforce those positive behaviors and we want those behaviors to be consistent. We want to see them in a overall positive way. So it looks a little different. Data collection looks a little different when you're dealing with young um, learners, early learners like birth to preschool. It's important to focus on developmental milestone, play-based assessments, caregiver reports. Whereas when you're doing older children, you could use checklists or screening tools. Rating scales, the functional behavioral assessments can be utilized, and those will help you find the root cause of some of those behaviors. So hopefully, finding those patterns can help lead to more successful ways of dealing with that. So students with exceptionalities need to be taken in consideration. So you want to adapt your data collection method to account for individual needs, which could include specialized assessment tools, closer collaboration with specialists. You got to focus on specific behaviors relevant to the exceptionalities, or conduct more frequent assessments and just monitor progress, adjust interventions as everything that you can do. So the role of systematic behavioral data collection is crucial in fostering an inclusive and safe learning environment. It's important to collaborate with other educators, families, and specialists to ensure the success and well-being of all students.